What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday video. My name is Sam, and as always, I'm glad that you're here. We had a great stream this morning playing some new standard without marvels and no little mugs in sight, so that was sweet. Over at twitch.tv/sambot49, we had over 300 people in the chat this morning, so you can go check that out every single weekday starting at 3 a.m. EST, midnight Pacific, and of course 10 a.m. Central European Summertime. So on with the video. We did a bunch of deck techs yesterday. Last week we predicted the Marvel banning. We told you what to buy, what to sell, what we thought was going to be good. Now that we've played like 30 to 40 matches of New Standard, I'm here to tell you what is good and what is not good. So this morning I started out with a pretty sweet Jund aggro deck, Scrap Heap Scroungers, Heart of Kierans, not Heartless Kierans, Voltaic Brawlers, Servant of the Conduits, Glint Sieve Siphoners, the whole crew. And we went 14-3, a 3-2, a 5-0, a 4-1, and then 2 independent match wins. And it didn't feel very close. Deck felt sweet. We beat zombies. We beat white red humans. We beat Teamer Energy 4 times. We didn't play a single control deck. So there's that. It's hard to have control in a new meta. So right now the meta is very, very aggro-centric. We had 4 Radiant Flames in our sideboard for that reason. If you're gonna, in a meta like this, where everyone's trying to play a beatdown deck of some sort, a Teamer Energy beatdown deck, a Green-Black Energy beatdown deck, a White-Red Humans beatdown deck, having access to cards like Radiant Flames and Sweltering Suns in the sideboard is money, right? And then also having a way to go over them. We had Glorybringers and Bristling Hydras to go over the top of everyone else. Teamer Energy also has Glorybringers and Bristling Hydras, right? Green-Black has huge Winding Constrictors and Walking Ballistas. So you have to find a way to go over. Now, do I think that there's never going to be a control deck? No, of course someone's going to find a good control deck, and I think it's going to be found in Grixis. Fatal Push is going to be great against Long Tusk Cubs, Voltaic Brawlers, Winding Constrictors. Harness Lightning is going to do all the heavy lifting, and then Torrential Gearhulk to flash both of those back. So I think that's going to be the best control deck in the long run. Do I think it's going to pop up now? No, it's probably going to pop up next week when some of the big standard tournaments start to happen. So I'm going to give you my my cheap deck. What I would buy is the cheap deck, and what I buy is the expensive deck. Right now, I think I'd buy Zombies as an expensive deck. I think it's good against Green-Black if you're playing the white version with Binding Mummy and a Wayward Servant. I think it has good game against Teamer Energy, and I think it has pretty good game against Control. So if you can beat Black-Green, you can beat Teamer Energy, and you can beat Control, I think it's a good place to be. I'm also partial to it, but that would be my deck of choice. Now, you have to watch out for Radiant Flames and Sweltering Suns, but you can play around those. You can play Transgresses in the board, etc. Now, the issue with that deck is it's about $260 to $300 in person and online. It's a pretty expensive deck to get into. But if you have the ability, if you have the funds, if you have the cards set aside, I think I'd build that. Now, you could also build my Jund Energy aggro deck. I think that's sweet as well. We played a bunch of it on stream. You can always go check out the VOD. But I really like where Zombies is positioned right now. If you're looking for a cheaper deck, I would actually recommend something like New Perspectives. This is going to sound silly, but in a format with all aggro decks, Haze of Pollen is where you want to be. Now, only having 4 fog effects does hurt you a little bit, but being able to consistently combo on turn 5 and fog on turn 4 means it's going to be very, very hard for people to beat you, especially when you're on the play and even when you're on the draw. So that's my cheap deck and my expensive deck. You know, where I would kind of go with things. Now, I think this format's a lot of fun so far. I understand people are upset about the bannings. My personal view is this. I think money on MTGO is not an issue for me. I rent decks, so or I borrow cards, I should say. So for me, I love the bans. I love shaking things up. I love new formats to like go and explore. But I totally understand where other people are coming from, and it makes a ton of sense to me. I understand people that are upset. I understand people that just lost their deck. Like, don't worry, I get it. I can sympathize, but I love this new format so far. I love when aggro rules the day. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Go crush them out there on the streets. Have fun at GP Vegas, watching GP Vegas. Check me out on Twitch, SamBot49, and I'll see you next Wednesday.